Hello everyone, my name is Sakila and welcome back to the Wonderfully Made YouTube channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you are notified every single time I come out with new content. And if you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a big ol' thumbs up. Okay, so today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. If you've been watching my videos and you've been keeping up with me for some time now, you might have remembered when I said this. Roll the clip. Number 20 is actually kind of a bummer, but I have a gluten sensitivity. I can't have bread, sad, I know. But I have a gluten sensitivity. I don't think I have like an allergy to it. So I still can eat it, but I really can't eat it that much or else I'll not feel good at all. So I'm really probably not supposed to have it at all. And as of right now, I will not be having it for the next 9 weeks because I am taking an addictions counseling class and I've really enjoyed that class. It's been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot. It's just been a very eye-opening class. But anyway, for my class, we all have to give up something so we can be able to more so empathize with how hard it is for someone who has an addiction, whether it's alcohol, drugs, whatever, to give up that addiction. So I'm giving gluten. I have to give it up for 10 weeks. It's been a week, so I'm giving it up for 9 more weeks. We will see if I pick it back up after the 10 weeks is over. Okay, so that project has officially come to an end. So basically I'm here to tell y'all a little bit about what my journey was like going gluten-free. I was gluten-free for about 11 weeks, so pretty close to 3 months I was gluten-free. Literally, if you would have told myself like a year ago you would be giving up gluten for like 3 months, I probably would have like looked at you crazy and been like, what, you know? But here I am today telling you about my gluten-free journey and how I did it, the ups and downs and all that. So how I thought I would do that would be through a little expressive arts activity. So as a lot of you guys know, I am getting my master's right now in counseling, so I'm a counseling student and I've been in my counseling program for a little bit over a year now. And so something that I've seen that's been really popular in my program and that I've done all throughout my time of being in the program are expressive arts activities. I've had counselors do expressive arts activities with me. I've done them with role play clients and I've also done them in groups. And basically expressive arts activities, or when you let your client do any type of art form, it can be music, it could be painting, it can be pretty much anything. I feel like there's a lot you can do with it. It's very broad in terms of what the activities look like, but basically just like an outlet for your client to be creative. And basically these activities are supposed to help with like the healing process, and also for me specifically, a lot of times when I was doing these activities, it was at the end of my counseling journey. So these activities kind of helped me put into like an art form what my time in therapy kind of like looked like for me, and just what my time in therapy kind of like meant for me. It helped me to kind of put my feelings and my emotions in the form of art. So basically that's what I'm going to be doing with myself today and then presenting to y'all. It's just a little expressive art activity. And basically I'm going to be using different symbols, so just like things that I have lying around my house, about what my time of giving up gluten, basically each symbol is going to mean like a different thing. And basically it's going to be kind of like a symbol that kind of represents like the beginning of my journey, like thoughts, feelings, emotions I had. And then one for kind of like the middle of my journey, or like what I felt throughout my journey of giving up gluten, a symbol that represents that. And then also I'm gonna have like a last symbol that represents maybe kind of where I am now, and also feelings surrounding how I felt once this project concluded. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, y'all, so the first symbol I have are these little blue headphones that I like to use on a regular basis, like when I'm going for a run. They're just easy to kind of, pop on and then, take off. So it's these little blue headphones, and basically what these headphones symbolize to me are the importance of listening to your intuition. Even before I got in this class, even before I went about actually giving up gluten, there were a lot of things I feel like screaming at me and telling me that I needed probably to give up gluten if I wanted just to feel better and just to be healthier. I knew that I needed to cut it out of my life, or at least, limit it. One thing was just like my body in general. Whenever I ate gluten, whether it be like bread or like whatever, like I just would physically not feel well. Like my stomach wouldn't feel good. I would get headaches. I remember before I realized it was gluten that was causing my headaches, I would get like these reoccurring headaches and I would have like no idea why. Went to the doctor. They really kind of didn't give me a clear answer, but they thought it might be dairy. So I'm like, okay, a lot of people, I guess, like also do get headaches like from dairy. So I'll cut it out. Cut it out. Felt a little better, but I don't think the headaches ever completely went away. Then I cut out gluten. And oh my gosh, like what a shift. Like I cut it out, started feeling pretty much completely better. So even my body, before this class even started, was telling me that I needed to give up gluten to feel better. But I kind of still didn't listen to that. I tried to limit myself before this project even started, and I never was completely successful with that. But at least I'm really thankful for having this project to kind of give me the push I needed to start incorporating, cutting gluten out of my life. So yeah, very thankful for that. But okay, so what even am I talking about? But anyway, yeah, these blue headphones basically symbolize just the importance of listening to your intuition and to all the signs that are pointing you and telling you should maybe give this up and your life would look a lot better. Because even like the fact that I just so happened to have this class when I knew I needed to give gluten up and when I was struggling to give it up, I feel like this class came at just the right time to help me, like just give me the little extra encouragement and the motivation and the push I needed to give up gluten and start living out a lifestyle of being gluten-free. So yeah, these headphones represent listening to your intuition and to all those different little signs that are pointing you to give up something. Okay guys, so the next symbol I have are my running shoes that I basically run in on a relatively regular basis. But yeah, it's just my little Nike running shoes that I have. And basically what this symbol represents to me is the importance of taking things step by step. I feel like definitely whenever you're incorporating a new habit, it takes time to get used to it. No one pretty much magically just wakes up one day and then all of a sudden they can just implement a new habit in their life and then just go about incorporating it. Normally, it's a process. It doesn't happen like that. And so what I like to give an example of is basically running. So like in high school, like I ran track, and so I did that kind of throughout high school, and then I did it in middle school too. And then even after graduating high school, I still would run like a decent amount just to stay conditioned, just because it would make my body feel better. And so like I definitely realized like after I would maybe give running up, because sometimes I would not do it consistently. I'm actually trying to get back more into the groove of doing it again. But whenever I would give up running, it would just stop for several months. If I tried to pick it back up all of a sudden, it's gonna be hard. I'm not gonna just be able to just easily run 1 or 2 miles or whatever it was that I was running easily like I did when my body was conditioned to do that. So I say all that to say this. Basically, like, it's a step-by-step process. You gotta run, like when you're running, you run a little bit. You run maybe like half a mile, then that builds up to a mile, then that builds up to 2 miles. So same with incorporating a habit. It definitely was a step-by-step process for me to get used to it. Like when I first was giving up gluten, man, it was pretty hard. Yeah, I remember like, I think the first week, like my ministry had like a pizza event. And I was like, literally, I want to slice the pizza so bad. Like, I don't want to do this. Like, no one's going to know. Even, like, all these thoughts were running through my head. But basically, as I started to, like, say no to more and more things, my self-discipline grew, and as I started to incorporate more and more foods like that were gluten-free in my life, that did replace some of the gluten that I was eating, all of a sudden I was able to just more easily incorporate that as a lifestyle. And I didn't have those temptations as much to like eat gluten, or to like, you know, to stray, or to like, you know, to do whatever. So eventually, like step by step, it became easier for me to make that lifestyle change. So basically, just like running, just like getting your body conditioned for anything, creating a new habit is a step-by-step process. So don't get too upset with yourself if you struggle a lot in the beginning. Okay, friends, so my last and final are the exact same thing. My last symbol is this mirror. And so basically what this mirror symbolizes to me is the importance of self-discipline. And basically throughout this project, I learned I have more self-discipline than I ever even realized. Throughout this time of doing my project, like, I didn't slip up a whole lot, which just surprised me, you know, because there are plenty of opportunities for me to do so. I feel like my professor has been like really gracious, you know, and like knowing that like slipping up is just a part of the process. So it's like I wouldn't have faced like maybe a lot of hard repercussions even if I did slip up. But I didn't really have that many slip-ups in this project, which kind of blows my mind. It makes me wonder a couple of things. It makes me wonder, why couldn't have I incorporated this, especially since now that I have I did give it up for like the 3 months. I was feeling a lot better. Why didn't I do this sooner if like I was able to do this now? Not so necessarily so easily do this, but the fact that I was able to accomplish something that I never thought I would be able to. And I feel like it all comes down to, okay, so part of me wants to say the class. The class is what pushed me, the class is what motivated me to do that. And a huge part of that is honestly so true. But also, I feel like at the end of the day, whenever you're incorporating any new habit, whether it's a part of your class or not, it is you choosing that you want to incorporate that habit into your life. It's you going about to make those small steps to make incorporating the habit like a little bit easier. And so basically, this mirror just kind of represents, wow, yeah, the class is kind of what pushed me to go about doing it, but it was still me making those decisions of choosing not to eat gluten, even in times where it was super hard, even in times in the midst of there's like a pandemic going on, me still choosing to say, I know I physically feel better when I don't consume this, so let me maybe start doing this for myself apart from doing it just, you know, for my class. So yeah, the final symbol is just this mirror that represents self-discipline. How through this class I've learned that I have even more self-discipline than I honestly ever realized. And so does honestly anyone. If there's really a habit that you want to start doing, you have what it takes. All of us have what it takes to make those small little changes and to take it step by step and to incorporate all those new habits that we want into our lives. So if I can leave you with anything, I want to leave you with this. If you are trying to incorporate a new habit into your life, listen to your intuition about what it is. Are there signs that are telling you this is the one thing that you need to give up to be healthier? Listen to your intuition. And then once you figure out what it is, take it step by step. Bit by bit, step by step. It's a work in progress. Give yourself grace when you mess up, and then just keep on running. And then also remember, even when it gets hard, that you have what it takes to accomplish whatever habit that you set your mind to. So you have the self-discipline. You have the self-discipline to say no to whatever it is you're trying to say no to. You have the self-discipline to say yes to whatever it is you're trying to say yes to. And also remember that even if you do fail, you have slip-ups, you have mess-ups, remember that we're all human, and more often than not, that is just the part of the process. So pick yourself up, give yourself grace, brush yourself off, and then just start again. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, pretty please give it a big ol' thumbs up. And if you've been enjoying my content, make sure you subscribe for more. Anyway, until next time, remember you guys are fearfully and wonderfully made. I love you guys. Bye.